Hello, I'm John Derbin. I've been teaching music for over 20 years. And of course, when students come to me, they start from the very beginning. They learn the notes. They go through a long procedure of learning stuff. But everyone comes to me and they want to know, how can I play now? I want to play right this minute. So this is what this tape is all about. We're going to start you out, and within 30 minutes, you're going to be playing chords, and you can play to literally thousands of songs. And that's what I want to show you today. You're not going to be a professional. You're not going to be able to play a lot of chords and a lot of things, but you are going to learn how to play 3 chords in the key of C, and you will be able to accompany, as I said, literally thousands of songs. And I'm going to show you, everyone's not going to have a big keyboard, so whenever I teach you, I'm also going to show you on this little keyboard here. So you're going to be able to see it on what you might have at home there, regardless of what it might be. Now, first thing I want you to do is to discover where your left hand is, because we're going to work with the left hand first. Now, the fingers in your left hand are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Of course, I can refer to your thumb and your pinky. If you get disoriented, I'll refer to both so you understand where we are. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, on your keyboard, you're going to have to find middle C. So sit with your keyboard right in the middle, put the keys out like this, and you're close to the middle. You want to find that note which is just before the 2 black keys. That's middle C. It's in the middle of the keyboard, and it's before the 2 black keys. Every note just before the 2 black keys is a C. Now, the C we're going to start with to play is the one below middle C. So you drop all the way down to here and put your pinky or your 5th finger on the low C. Okay, now you're going to spread your fingers. You're going to go to the 2nd finger. So now your fingers are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you've got 5 notes that you can play by just calling on the right finger. Now, the first song we're going to try to do uses just 2 chords, and we're just going to play the bass notes. So we're going to play the pinky and the thumb. That's what we're going to be calling for. The songs will be Clementine. Dun, 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 dun. Now you go to the thumb. Dun, 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 dun. Back to the pinky. Dun, 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 dun. Now that's the bass line to Clementine. Let's try it again. Dun, 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 dun. Now go to your thumb. Dun, 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 dun. Stay on the thumb. Dun, dun. Back to the pinky. Dun, 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 dun. Now, if you have one of these little keyboards, let's get these fingers on here, and we'll try the same thing. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Works, huh? How about Hang Down Your Head, Tom Dooley? Dun, 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 dun. Go to your thumb. Dun, 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 dun. Second verse. Dun, 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 dun. See, it'll work on both keyboards. How about Row, Row, Row Your Boat? You guys have a whole big round going. Get everyone around the piano. Dun, 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 dun. Here comes your thumb. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, it's working. Let's do one more tune, and then we're going to get our right hand involved here a little bit. How about Mary Had a Little Lamb? Get the kids into singing with this. Dun, 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 thumb, dun, 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 back to pinky. Dun, 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 thumb, dun, 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 dun. Second verse. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now this has been the bass part. And we want to get some of the right hand involved so we can complete the chord that makes it sound good. Okay, now we're going to forget about the left hand for a few minutes and look at the right hand. Now the right hand is numbered the same way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But our hands go opposite directions, so the fingers go this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to place those for middle C, like that. We have C, D, E, F, and G. Now the first chord we're going to play is going to use the third finger and the fifth finger. That's the rest of the C chord. And we're going to call this a C chord. Now when you play the other chord, the D chord, or rather the G chord, you're going to move to the second and fourth fingers. So we have the C chord, the G chord. Now, let's start out and we'll do Clementine again. We'll start with the C chord. Dun, 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 dun. Now we'll go to the G chord. Dun, 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 dun. Let's try it on the little keyboard. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Notice how your fingers drop down. Dun, 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 dun. So we're just moving these fingers back and forth, back to this position. It's 3 and 4, 3 and 5 rather, then 2 and 4. 3 and 5, 2 and 4. How about Tom Dooley? Da dun 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 da dun dun dun. Let's switch to 2 and 4. Now that's a G chord. Da dun 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 da dun da da da. Back to the C chord. Okay, let's see what it looks like on the little keyboard. Da dun 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 da dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, that round that we were doing before, the row, row, row your boat, same 2 chords. All these songs, the same 2 chords. Dun, 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 dun. Now we switch. Dun, 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 dun. Let's try it on the little keyboard. Dun 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 dun. See, it's amazing how easy this is now, isn't it? How about Mary Had a Little Lamb? Because after Mary Had a Little Lamb, we're going to put both hands together. You know you can do it. Here's Mary Had a Little Lamb. Dun 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 dun. Switch to G. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 back to G. Dun, 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 dun. On the little keyboard. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now we played these 4 songs with your left hand, and we played these 4 songs with the right hand. But now we got to try to put these together. Now remember, in your left hand, you played the C with your pinky. You played the G with your thumb. In the right hand, you played C with your 3rd and 5th fingers. Put them together, you have a nice full chord. And you played the G with your 2nd and 4th fingers. There's the low G. That's a nice chord. So you have the C chord, and you have the G chord. Let's practice that a few times. Try to make that change. Because that's all we're going to be doing for these 4 songs. Now let's do Clementine. We do it really slow because I know this is going to be a little tougher. You got your C chord already? Okay. Dun, 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 dun. We got to switch now. Okay. The thumb goes up here, and you switch to 2 and 4. You got it. Dun, 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 da, da. We got to switch again. Music can be that way sometimes. Back to the pinky, and 3 and 5. Dun, dun, da, da. Back to the thumb, and 2 and 4. Dun, dun, da, da, da. Now again, this is the C chord, and this is the G chord. If you learn that, you're going to be in a lot better shape because we can call it C and G, and you can get right to these notes. Okay, here we go. Here's Clementine. Dun, 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 switch. Dun, 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 dun. Remember what you did? Here's Tom Dooley. Dun, 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 switch. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, how about Row Your Boat? Dun, 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 switch. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, Mary Had a Little Lamb. Dun, 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 dun. Of course, we can do all these on the other keyboard. So let's try it one more time and do it on the other keyboard. Remember how you had your hand set? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to use the same notes. There's that C for the bass. I'm going to move this up here so I don't knock this off. There we go. Okay, so let's try Tom Dooley. I know we're a little bit out of order here, but it's a little easier. Change doesn't come for a while. Dun, 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 switch. Dun, 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 dun. Now we'll do Clementine. Dun, 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 dun. Da da dun dun da da dun dun da da dun dun da da dun. Notice it's all the same moves. Okay, how about Row Your Boat? Get everybody around to sing this. Dun dun da da dun da 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 dun 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 dun. Oh, I snuck a little trick in there. We're going to learn a little bit later on where I played the bass like that. Be ready for that later on. Okay, how about Mary Had a Little Lamb? Dun, 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 switch, dun, 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 switch back, dun, 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 dun. Okay, are you happy with all those notes? You've learned the bass line, and you've learned how to add the chords. That's the C chord, and that's the G chord. Okay, it's time for us now to learn how to play the third chord of the 3 that I wanted to teach you. Now, you know the C chord again. Make sure you keep your fingers right. Now we want to learn the F chord. The F chord is going to be like this. You're going to use your second finger of your left hand. That's an F. And we're going to have to run up to an F and an A over here. So your fingers are going to do a little moving. Okay, now we want to put these together with another chord. We have a third chord, as I told you at the beginning. Now we've played the C chord, we've played the G chord. Now we want to go to the F chord. That's going to be your second finger in your left hand. That's the F. It's right next to the G. Okay, now to play that, your right hand is going to have to move up from the C chord. So it's a little bit different. Don't be afraid to lift your fingers up. You can do it. They just move there and then come back down. So you play C and then you play F. Then we go to the G, back to C. So you have those? Okay, let's try a song that has 3 chords. Okay, how about Jingle Bells? And we're going to do this real slow so we can talk about how the changes work. Okay, we're going to start with C. Dun, 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 we're going to go to F. The right hand moves up 2 notes. Your left hand goes to the second finger. Dun, 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 dun. We're back to C. Now we're going to go to G. Dun, 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 dun. Back to C. Dun, 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 dun. We go to that F again. Dun, 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 dun. Back to G. Okay, that was quite a bit there in one jump, wasn't it? Okay, well, let's analyze what we did. Let's take it apart just a bit to make sure everyone understands what we did. Notice I put the bass note in and then I hit the chord over here. Kind of helps you think a little bit more. The bass note's a little easier to find. There's only one of them. Gives you a chance just to get oriented to that other note. So it's jingle bells. So this is the C chord. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Now we're going to switch to F. Second finger, move up 2 notes. Back to C, dun, dun, to G, dun, 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 back to C, dun, 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 to F, move your fingers up, dun, back to C, dun, 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 down to the G, dun. How about that? A good song for you to play. Let's see if we can do this on the little keyboard. See if we can scrunch our fingers up in there and get this to work on the little keyboard. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Getting all those changes? Dun, the C chord. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Get ready to go to F chord. Second finger, move your fingers up. Dun, 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 to the G chord. Dun, 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 dun. Just as simple as that. Okay, how about Deck the Halls? Remember that song? We're going to stay with Christmas with one more tune here. Get your hand all set on the keyboard. Dun, 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 dun. Go to the G. Dun, 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 dun. Back to G. Dun, 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 dun. Here's the F. You thought I wasn't going to play one, didn't you? Well, I fooled you. Okay, let's switch music here and go to Amazing Grace. That's a song everyone likes to sing. That's also a 3-chord song. But the difference here is we're going to hit the right hand twice after we hit the left hand. It's going to sound like this. Because this song's what we call in 3/4 time, and the count's a little different. Dun, 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 dun. Go to the F chord. Dun, dun. Back to C. Dun, 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 dun. Go to G. Dun, dun. Back to C. Dun, 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 dun. Back to F. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so you can play those 3 chords with that song too. No problem. Okay, let's try another song. Let's see if we can get everyone singing another folk song with the 3 chords now. We're going to try Michael Row the Boat Ashore. So get ready. Everything we're doing, of course, in C. So get your C chord ready. Dun, 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 dun. Go to the F chord. Dun, 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 dun. Go to the G chord. Dun, 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 dun. Back to C. Let's try a little rhythm thing. We're going to go. Got that? It's going to be bass, then hit twice, then once. Dun, 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 F. Dun, 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 G. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see, now we just introduced a little rhythm switch and it made a lot of difference to the sound. It sounded more lively, a little more interesting. Now you can do that with adding different patterns, or you can just play a song that's a little quicker and move your chords a little more. Like, how about She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Go to the 5. Dun, dun, dun. Back to 1. Dun, dun, dun. Get ready for 4. Dun, 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 dun. Back to 1. Dun, 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 5. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now that's a pattern that we can also use for when the saints go marching in. It's got the same number of chords. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Go to the G chord. Dun, 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 dun. Get ready for F. Dun, 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 C, G. Dun. So you see? So those all work with the same kind of patterns. Now we can do a song like For He's a Jolly Good Fellow, and we completely switch the pattern. Dun, 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 G. Dun, 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 dun. Go to F. Dun, back to C. Dun, 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 dun. Now we introduced a pretty quick change right there. You got to go 1 beat on the C chord, 1 beat on the G chord, 1 beat back to the C chord. So let's slow that down a bit. Try one more time, because you're going to find songs that move this fast. Dun, 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 to G, dun, 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 back to C, dun, 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 go to the F, dun, dun, back to C, dun, dun, to the G, dun, dun, dun. See how you can move those fast like that? It's not that big of a problem to do that. Okay, now are you really familiar with these chords? We're going to run past these chords again to make sure you understand everything we've done to this point. Okay? First of all, in our left hand, you've learned the note C and G. Pinky plays the C, your thumb plays the G. Then we introduce the F. And that way, we can play 3-chord songs, literally thousands of 3-chord songs. You have the C, the F, and the G. In the right hand, you learned the C chord, or the completion of the C chord. Now, it should be noted that they aren't complete without the bass note. But in your right hand, you're playing the E and the G. That's the rest of the C chord. Then you learned the G chord. Again, completed when you add the G. Back to the C, and remember when you went up to F, you moved up here to an F and an A, those notes. Then you came back to the E and G, which complete the C chord. So, we had a C chord, we had an F chord, we have a G chord, and we have a C chord. Now, remember, all of this I've been showing you today is just to get you started, and in this short period of time, makes you able to play songs on the keyboard. You can play any 3-chord song. If you learn where these notes are, if it's in the key of C, you can play these chords. It's no problem. You vary your rhythms, etc. But it isn't making you a professional. If you want to be a professional, call your local teacher, your local music store. Get together. Find the right books. Find the right teachers. Learn how to play correctly. But you can have fun with this method, and it gives you a good start. So remember everything that I've shown you today. Of course, you can run this tape back, and it's not any kind of a problem for you. And you'll be able to play these chords without any trouble. Let me remind you again that I'm going to play a couple more tunes for you, and I'm going to show you how to complete the chords. What I want to do, because I do have a couple of minutes for you, I'm going to put your right hand with 3 notes. Just one quick move here. You're going to play the bass note, but we're going to have 1, 3, and 5. That's going to be the next thing you're going to learn, so get ready for that in the next tape. Now, of course, we have to finish this while all lang syne, so dun 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 dun. Well, I hope hope you have a good time with this, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you again.